Hey, welcome everyone, Pat Mitchell here, and today I want to go over a trade that I took on Friday on the SPY. It's an options trade. I'm going to show you exactly the support and resistance levels. I'm going to show you why and how I took this trade. I'm going to show you my executions. Everything will be live up on screen for you guys to see. Before I get into this, I need you guys to understand that if you are day trading options, simply put, you do not need any of the Greeks. You don't need complicated options charts. You don't need complicated indicators. You don't need any of the Greeks whatsoever. We are day traders. As day traders, you are in and out of these trades very quickly. That's one of the beautiful things about options trading is that they're so volatile that if traded correctly and safely, they can yield you huge gains in a very short amount of time, which is a beautiful way, especially for a lot of new traders, especially in times like this where people don't have a lot of extra money and they want to try and find and figure out a way on how to bring in another source of income. And this is a really great way, as long as you find the right guy to show you how it's done and they keep it simple. That's all you need. Simplicity is absolutely crucial and paramount to your success as a trader. So again, keep in mind, I am a day trader of options. I'm not swing trading these. I'm not investing these. That's why I'm telling you, you do not need the Greeks. Like I said, the theta, the gamma, the delta, any of that. You simply do not need that. If you're just strictly going to be focusing on day trading, don't even look them up. I'm telling you, sometimes ignorance is bliss. When it comes to the world of day trading, that's why so many traders struggle at the beginning, is because they're interested. They're interested and they're curious about all of the different aspects of trading, all the different terminology, all the different lingo, all the ins and outs. Sometimes the more you keep yourself in the dark, the better. And I know how that sounds, but it really is the truth, guys. So let's get into this trade. I want to show you how it's done, and keep in mind this isn't anything special. It's not a crazy trade. This is a pretty standard, straightforward trade that we take every day at TrickTrades. But before we head into these charts, if you haven't done so already, make sure to check out the free masterclass. Link is in the description below. You are going to absolutely love it, and come join us at TrickTrades.com. So without any further ado, let's get into this, folks. Okay, so as promised, we're going to go over the charts now. Now, this is SPY, the S&P 500 ETF from Friday's action, and this was the trade that I took. So just to give you some context, we were gapping up a little bit, and some data came out, and it was looking really strong, but it was having some issues with a previous range. So with that said, I'm going to be looking at this range to see if we come up and test this, how it reacts to it. And sure enough, right when we dip down and we start popping back up, we had an algo flash. Now this algo candle got smacked back down. Now it's what happens next? Okay, now it's not necessarily this candle that I'm judging my trade off of. I'm judging this trade and basing my trade off of the next candle to unfold, which is this one. Now, you can see, I want to see if it has any type of strength or if it shows weakness. To me, this was weak. It got smacked back down. That's telling me in the 322s, up in this range, in this area, in this generalized area, there are sellers here. For right now, for at this moment of the day, of the morning, there are no buyers up here. There are simply more sellers than buyers. It is weaker, more weak than it is strong, basically. And with this candle, as it gets smacked back down, I'm looking to enter. Okay, I'm looking to enter and base my trade off of highs. Okay, now that's another thing too. When you are trading a small basket of stocks, guys, you get to know these stocks like the back of your hand. You develop a relationship with them, and that's why most legitimate professionals will trade a small basket of stocks. I happen to trade a basket of about 16 stocks. So I know these stocks, and I know how they trade. I know how they try and fake people out. I know how they move, and what is normal strong price action and what is normal weak price action. okay? So with that said, on this candle, it gets smacked back down, I go to enter. Now, it was messing around a fair bit. And what I was hoping for, and I'll get into my entries here in a minute, that as soon as it comes down, I wanted it up higher, okay? Now, a trader that's been doing this for a while doesn't fear the trade going back up against him. He embraces that because that's an opportunity to add, because you have conviction. You have a very strong conviction that this setup and the way that you are reading your price action is correct. So the higher the better in order to get another add, to get your average better and to get more size. You got to remember, I'm not trading a small account where I'm just taking a few contracts. These are fairly large positions, and I need to, in order to get the size that I want, I need to average into my position, okay? I don't necessarily recommend that for new traders. What I do recommend is simply waiting for the levels and then just pulling the trigger off of 1 or 2, maybe 2 entries, and then letting the trade play out, working it to plan. But with that said, as it pops back up, I am adding into this candle, and then it's just a matter of giving it time to wash out. Now, the target on this was this level down here, and sure enough, we hit it. So we got an entry from basically highs, as high as you could get it safely, while taking the trade and not just executing a trade because it's like the first candle of the day. That's amateur hour shit. And then working it all the way down, So what we got out of this trade from, from the highs of that range and the entry down to lows is about 2 points on the actual stock or ETF, right? Now I trade options, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and here are the entries. So I was able to get a fair bit of size on this, and then paid myself on pushes and pulls and everything else, trying to really average into my position. And then once it starts really coming in, that's when I start taking it off. Okay, and then exited out the remaining part of the position as the trade and play was done. Now, if you take a look at this and you look, here are my entries. Sorry, I should have pulled that back. So here's the beginning part of the trade, right? Here are my entries. Like I said, on that candle, on that push candle, there's my entry. Okay, so then I'm averaging in. I'm getting a few, you can see my entries here. And then, excuse me, as it dips out that first time, I'm gonna pay myself. I had 2 little exits there, just paying myself, locking in some profit. So even if I get stopped out on this trade, it goes against me, I'm not gonna be red. I will either be green or flush, all right? So as it starts, you see this, that popped back up. That's where I entered. I got some more size in, got a little more size right in this area. You can see how it's as it's trending down. Let me get that back here. So as it's trending down, I added one more time, and then simply as it starts coming in, I'm paying myself out. Okay, now from my initial entry up to my best exit, we're looking at a 90% trade. So that's 90% your money. For new traders and traders that are maybe watching this that are used to trading penny stocks, let's say, that's like hitting a runner that has moved 90 or 100% in a day or 2 or 3. I got that. I made 90% my money from best to best, from my entry to the best sell, 90% my money in minutes. Like, we're talking, a half an hour, an hour. 90% your money. And that's the power of options. That's the power of this strategy. That's the power of this guidance. So, like I mentioned before, if you are interested in this, and I really, if I could pound the table, and just really get it through to you guys that I'm not here to fuck anyone around. I'm not here to jerk anyone around. I'm really here to teach you guys how to do this. I want you guys to be successful. I really do. I want you guys to have what I have. No, you don't need to live down in Costa Rica, but I want you guys to have your version of your paradise, your easy street, because it's doable and it's possible. I'm not anything special, guys. I'm an average, regular guy, and I'm living my absolute best life. And I want that for you, okay? Now, with that said, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Come check out TrickTrades.com and go to our free masterclass. It's in the link. The link is in the description below. Go check that out, guys. It will change your life. Have a great one. Adios.